On this drive so far, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bell. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
61, matchbox, lights.
At the Ravens' 48-yard line.
Red lady. Hey, exit. Check 59, Mike.
From just shy of midfield, Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 35.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? The first down run with Bell is he'll get about 6 there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 29, Darnold. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards, the final tally.
Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. Let's go.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
3 down, 3 down.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 45 yards. Jackson on first down. Caught by Nelson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. It's complete to Snead.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Check safety, check safety. Safe. Trump.
Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. J.J. Nelson there to make the grab, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Ravens 7, Jets 3. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. The run there on 1st down gets him a yard to the 26. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Here we go, son. 50's the mark. Check tight end, check tight end. 80. Mike 50, Mike 50. Don't get nervous. Hey, Charlie. 50's the mark. Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got this,
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Tighten up.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quentin Williams able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Now Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack by Jordan Willis.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, That's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the whip. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, keep it up.
From the end zone, here's Darnold. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 23 yards the pickup there.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
You got three down.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Let him know.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
We go, son. 50, Mike's 50. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Ready. He's coming. We got double up. Ready. Big Dan. Smooth. Come. Check 9. Mike's 50. Hey, let's get in there.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
Jet bomber.
At the 23-yard line.
Check 52. Young lady. Mike 50. I'm coming. Mike's 50. Watch the car. Young lady.
Here's Darnold. He's going to go on top for the end zone. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Snead's got it. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. They're hauling it in, Nelson. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Under 10, 10.
They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Let's go. Check, check.
They go play action to Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. To throw is Jackson. Off the play fake. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Well, a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Rashad Perriman, 54 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept their minute by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
And 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let me know right now. You better break. Sit.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He completes it to Nelson. And he's got this down to the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Jackson stepping up. He'll try and run. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Here's Jackson. Off play action. He gets it to Brown. Complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.J. Nelson. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
But from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. To throw is Darnold. Going for the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets will extend their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run again with Hines. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Off the play fake, Jackson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The end result, 21 yards. Now it's Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd down and goal. Jackson, the quick slant caught. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Tucker's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Rashawn Perriman, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets will extend their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Slant, lady. Young lady. Slant, lady. Check.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. This is Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. This to make it a 3-score game late. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He's got it at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Yeah, the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
6 guys. Check 6. Red 80. Red 80. Red 80. Hey, high 7.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off with great anticipation. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6. You got to get the ball. Do you get the red 80?
Darnold now to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. The give is to Bell. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up second and 13. They'll go again with Bell. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. Third and 14.
Here we go. Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. 3 down. 3 down. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. No. Off. Switch it.
A give to Bell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Jets, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.